Welcome, I'm Nathanael Lathrop with Crossroad Productions, and today we're going to take some simple household items and make some DIY light filters. So you can alter the mood and look of your film to something that looks maybe more like this. Let's get started. These are what I used to make my light mood change. Just simply some paint, some saran wrap, and cardboard. Alright, so here we are. And the three things that we need are the saran wrap, the cardboard, and the paint. And today I thought we'd use purple paint as a filter color, since I already have the green, red, and blue, and I thought purple might be a fun color to use. And this is what we'll make with the cardboard. And pretty much all I did was I found a cardboard box, and I took a X-Acto knife, kind of thing like this, and I just traced one of my original filters. I just traced the square and cut it, and then used the other ones to use as measurements, and I just cut through them and just made these little hollow squares. What you might also need are some thumbtacks, because when we're painting we want to keep the saran wrap pretty tight. So the first step is to take our first square of cardboard, and we'll put the really dull side on the outside, because a lot of times with cardboard boxes they'll have the brand of whatever you bought on them, and the texture will be really hard to paint over, so the brown side's a lot easier to do. So we'll put that side down, and we will take a pre-cut slice of the saran wrap, and we will spread it over the cardboard really well. And one thing you don't really want is to make the saran wrap too tight, because if you do that, sometimes you'll run into issues where the paint it's spread too tightly, and then when the saran wrap relaxes, then it'll crack the paint. Then we will take our purple and paint the saran wrap. Okay. You want to go a little bit over the border of the cardboard, so that when the saran wrap does relax, that you don't end up with a clear spot in the saran wrap when you're done. Now, you don't really need to be super thorough with this. You're seeing a lot of brush marks and things, but when you put it on the light, it doesn't really show up. All the brush marks don't, so it's not like you have streams going across your face or wherever the filter is pointed. Alright, so we finished our first paint of the saran wrap, and since this is really liquid and the wrinkles are starting to collect all the paint that's running through, I think we're going to do a second layer. So we'll come back when it's all done drying so we can do a second coat. Alright, so I took the saran wrap that had the first layer of paint on it, and I put it outside because it's sunny today, and the sun dried it, and you could tell that the paint and the saran wrap kind of relaxed, so there were some small bald spots in there. Alright, so I took it out for a second dry and it's all finished. So now what we're going to do is we have our hot melt glue gun all set here, and we're going to take off the thumbtacks. Alright, so take the second square and we'll set it colorful side in, and we'll find where it matches. Looks like it's there. So then we'll just put the glue on and then quickly but carefully put the square on there. Alright, so now that we have the saran wrap all sandwiched in there, you can take a pair of scissors and just trim the excess plastic off. Okay, so we have this, and pretty much all we need to do now is, I mean, this is up to personal taste, but we'll paint the border cardboard all black, and that should give it the look that's similar to this. But I'm not gonna do any painting right now, so we'll get right to trying it out and see how it looks. Alright, so now that we're done making the filter and lighting the paint and drying everything, we can test it out on some lights. Alright, so this is what it looks like with the purple filter on it. And it looks like all the creases and lines that came in from the saran wrap and the wrinkles aren't showing up too much. So I could probably put my face up to it and move. I don't think we're going to see any stripes on my face. Now that we've looked at the purple, we can see what these other, what my other three colors will look like with this light. Take off the purple, and I'll add in the red. And that's how that looks. This green one might need an extra layer of paint because it's a little bit white, but not too bad. It still looks pretty nice. And then we'll use the blue one. The blue one's probably my favorite. And this along with the red would both be really good for sci-fi movies. I could see using this in a Star Trek film or maybe Star Wars or something like that. And once you've made a variety of different colors for these, one thing that you can do is you can mix up the colors. One reason I made purple was that I could mix the red and the blue and get purple, but it's not very strong and the light just doesn't come through, at least for this light. So that's why I made the purple. One thing that you can get with the purple and the red is it will give you a really dark red. And very sinister, and you could put some really good contrast on this. Especially if you really centered the light on your subject. One thing to note is that light gels aren't really that expensive. The ones that you see like clamped over can lights and stuff, they're really not that expensive. You can get them online for pretty cheap. But if you're really low budget and you don't want to spend any money at all, these are a really good way to go, I think. I've gotten really good results with them so far. I used the blue one for my torches video a while back, and that gave a really nice moonlit kind of look. So far they've worked really well. One thing you have to be careful of though is it's saran wrap sandwiched in between, drummed in between cardboard. So you really want to be careful. You don't want to set this down if you're shooting in the woods. You don't want to set it down and stick a stick through it. And you just got to be careful because with this much tension and it being really thin plastic, it's really easy for them to be punctured and popped and then become kind of useless. Just for the fun of it, here's some test shots that I did to give you a better feel of what these filters can look like in different shots. So that's it for today. If you'd like to keep up to date on some of my other projects, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you're interested, my link for my Instagram account is down below.
Subscribe, like, thank you for watching.
And we'll see you next time.